Hi, Gemini. Welcome to Moonfire Tarot. I'm Jules. We are doing your What's Up November, What's Up Gemini reading. Going to be checking with the overall energies coming to you, life overall, love and career, and any gossip or challenges, anything in your energy that you need to know for the upcoming weeks as we head soon into November. All right, so Gemini, let's do this. All right, Spirit, talk to me. I'm Jules. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, by the way. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. Like, subscribe. Personal reads are at moonfiretarot.com if you are interested. And to anyone watching my clients, if you guys took part in the sale, thank you so much, by the way. All right, Gemini, let me see. A lot coming in about your intuition and about new beginnings and taking a leap on something so far. I'm seeing there's something about exchanging gifts, equal balance. All right. Now, this could be in your careers, this could be in your personal life. This is overall energy. Okay. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, an equal display of give and take. And I see you thinking a lot about something, analyzing, and there's something in your intuition. Maybe something's not sitting right with you because I see you coming to the edge and taking a leap. Maybe you want more in something in your life. That's coming to the edge card, new beginnings. This is like the full card energy where you're taking a chance on something, coming to the edge and just like, well, you see this edge card. This is a really big edge, or little edge, but someone's just like jumping off and doing something. And maybe a gut instinct that you're following for like a new cycle in your life, basically. I do see regeneration in the bottom of the deck. All right. This could be you coming back to life. All right. I see. Actually, scratch that. There is something. Okay, here we go. Regeneration, chaos, and conflict, and time to go. All right. Whenever there is a new beginning, there is an ending and something generally in life, right? So it almost feels like some of you, what I download got like looking at this straight up is that some of you might have tried to bring something back to life. Okay, whether it was a relationship or a bond or go back to an old job, and there was too much chaos and conflict, and that's why equal exchange of energy is on your mind. And then I see time to go. That's an ending card. Now, for others of you, it's going to be you're coming back to life. You don't want no more chaos and conflict in your life, and time to go. And hence, you're following your intuition on this. So this is big energy, guys. All right, this is very big energy. For this, unfortunately, the chaos and conflict is showing up after endings. I am seeing in between worlds. Okay, let's take a look. So after this end of a cycle, for some of you, all right, there is going to be a sense of like a loyal heart, all right, devotion. Now, some of you may be making big changes in your life, and there's someone that you trust equally. There is like that energy, and I see mending. So you could be healing from this. You could be trying to heal this relationship for some of you, and it may be even around home life for those of you, there, like trying to make some type of peace and healing over this. But major new cycles coming either way. All right, so let's take a look at what else we got for you guys. All right, let's start off with love. All right, because some of you, this could be, closing out a chapter, have been getting a lot of new love energy for Gemini and new beginnings and happiness, whether that's with a person or just with yourself or being emotionally ready. It is looks like it's continuing the story, and on like you guys are getting closer and closer to that. With the past few months, it looks like more dominant even in your I think your What's the Tea reading I did for you guys a few weeks ago. So similar energy, but now that new beginning is coming closer. Spirit, talk to me. What's going on? What's happening at love? What love energy is showing up for Gemini? What's going on there? This feels strong. All right, so we have mass. Someone hiding their true feelings. It might have been gaslighting, especially when it comes to equal exchange. All right, pretending. All right, so I do see there's a karmic relationship here, some type of triggering energy. Things may get tense. That goes back to chaos and conflict. Okay, and what's interesting is like there is still longing and craving for this person, or one of you is still wanting the other, but there is a sense of pride that's coming up here, and it doesn't always have to be bad. Yeah, pride because of mixed signals and blocked emotions. Now, it may be pride itself being in the way or arrogance, like someone being stubborn, but I'm also seeing mixed signals here. All right, so with trusting your intuition and all this letting go energy, right, and you even coming back to life or like trying to regenerate yourself, that could be why seeing some of these new beginnings. Yeah, I see the butterfly in the bottom of the deck, guys. That's all about healing and growing and moving on to the next phase. Spirit, talk to me. What else with this energy? Now, guys, it doesn't always have to be romantic, okay? Yeah, so we see the rekindle. All right, so let's see. Open heart. What happened here? And ending. Okay, yeah. So for those of you with love, um, it feels like there might have been an attempt at reconciling this energy and you had an open heart for it, okay? But now I see finality and closure. Another ending card. So it feels like, for a lot of you, this energy is going to hit you in a love dynamic where you try to make it work and you're just like, I can't do this. Why? Because this person's being too obscure, secrets, mystery, concealing things, mixed signals, and it's just like when it comes to pride, that I mean, it's not the self-worth card, but it may be like a matter of like, hey, I can't deal with this anymore. Or maybe they're too arrogant or something, but a lot of mixed signals and hiding things, maybe even lying about things are what you're feeling here. Spirit, talk to me. What else with this energy? Ship, cutting ties, moving on, all right? And I see a sense of self-sabotage. Now, Gemini, when it comes to commitment, it's like, yeah, there was, for a lot of you, there is going to be a commitment. Yeah, it's like it feels like you're cutting ties, moving on, but be careful of take. I see you guys rising from the ashes with this, regardless, but be careful not to think it was about you. Like don't it might have been felt like self-sabotaging thinking or just frustrations around this commitment for a lot of you. I mean, I do see the commitment card. Some of you, this might have been a heavier commitment too. And I'm seeing dishonesty and trickery. Like there's a lot of like secrets, and maybe they're not outright lying, maybe they're just closed off. Maybe you feel like you can't figure them out, like there's something missing there. Okay, because I see maybe even both of you were trying to be open or have empathy, keep your hearts open, but there's just something that it's like a lot of triggering energy. And I do see some of you might have been really bonded with this person, but I have running and emotional storms, turmoil, and then having some sense of epiphanies, okay? Something going off, that something's quite not right in this dynamic, okay? It may be unstable, like with this card, ghosting, disappearing, someone being very, even if they're in the room with you, I got the download, it feels like they're not there, all right? So, and a lot of you be longing for intimacy, let me see, shock, paradise, ooh. So, yeah, healthy choices. A lot of you, this could be the new love eventually coming in whenever you guys are ready. Everyone has different healing. Some of you may have dealt with this energy a long time ago. Some of you are going to be dealing with this now. Either way, it's coming up for some reason, right? So, I see now intimacy, sudden changes, a honeymoon phase, and being healthier and happier. All right. And for a lot of you, this is going to be that new love that I keep seeing for you guys. I'm going to pull some tarot, where you're making healthier choices, and honeymoon period is like newer love, or sometimes people enter back into a honeymoon period, but I feel like, even for some of you, I have third party, some of that hiding, is going to be a third party in the mix. But either way, this looks like you are headed towards being happier, Gemini, and like closing this out and maybe even meeting someone. I'm going to see what comes up here. All right. Because this energy, it looks, I do see attempts at trying, there is this like a attempt at trying to bring it back to like trying, but it's just like there's too much unknowns. All right. So spirit, talk to me for Gemini. Let's take a look. Talk to me about tarot. So what's coming up with them? I see them coming to this new beginning, in between worlds. Some of you, it looks like, may have a sense of like peace or try to have a peaceful breakup, that kind of energy. It could be just the end of a tough cycle, but it does look like a lot of bigger endings for most of you. Spirit, talk to me for Gemini. What else is coming up for them? Yeah, I have like putting off a decision. Now, some of you guys may be in the process because we started out with thinker card energy. So this is someone putting off a decision and thinking of their options, wondering how to bring them to life and which cup is okay for you. Like which path do you go on? So it's going to be that thinking and like having to trust your instincts. Spirit, talk to me. What else is coming up? There's some type of leap you guys are taking as a collective, whether you're coupled or not. Yeah, Six of Cups. We got the past, maybe children. All right. I see Five of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Ace of Cups. Yeah, so Gemini. Queen of Pentacles. All right. Ace of Pentacles. You may even see, and there's that lightning moment. I do feel like some type of new beginning was started and then it came to a halt. All right. But I feel like the past overall with the Five of Pentacles has left you feeling kind of empty. All right, left you missing something, left you wanting something, you may be wanting the past again. For some of you, some of these endings could be about another bond that ended. Like I said, doesn't always have to be romantic, but there's something about the past that has left you feeling like out in the cold, okay? Or like there wasn't enough. And I do see an offer coming through with the Ace of Cups. All right. This is like, so this is that new love that keeps popping up for you, this offer. And I even have the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay. That's another offer for stability. That could be more investments in jobs or like homes and things like that. But I'm seeing emotions here. And now I even have the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So you have the aces there, and now you have two court cards. Someone, hubby, wifey, and both of these are, all the court cards generally, but these are more very domestic finances. Someone may have earth sign energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Someone may have water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be your sun signs or direct, all right? Or they're going to be coming to you very stable, nourishing, good with money, and very emotionally like caring. They may not wear their heart on their sleeve all the way. They'd be a little mysterious, but someone more sensitive as maybe someone you could talk to. So it's a beautiful energy to see. But for some reason, you guys get the Seven of Cups again. Let me see. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, the Seven of Cups and then the Tower. It's like an epiphany. Yeah, I feel like this is what's going on right now. So for those of you who, for I am getting a download for this with the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, this really could be a lot about family too as a back burner, okay? Because there's some energy that you're like figuring something out. Like you might have been confused before, but you're gonna have a lightning moment. Maybe it's this offer for some of you, but I feel like when it comes to commitments, it's like you're realizing all the gaslighting, you're realizing petty fights around homes, around finances, or long held commitments in love. All right, we saw that in your love pool, and then I have just people arguing to win, people lying, multiple party situations. Sometimes it could be, a bunch of things, and like you guys are trying to take a leap. And then I have the Hangman, divine timing. This is probably what you guys may be thinking about. And then I see Eight of Cups walking away, and there is your energy as the Queen of Swords. Okay, setting boundaries, speaking truths, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Okay, and it's like it may take looking at things from a different angle, or some of you may be a little stuck right now. This feels like kind of more what's more happening for most of you, or what has happened, what led to this new beginning. Okay, so let's take a look. So can I get anything else? Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Justice. All right, there we go. King of Swords. That's your energy. Eight of Wands. Cupid's arrows. Fast changes. All right, let me see. King of Wands, the Lovers. Okay, this just wants to keep going. And now we have the Two of Swords. Ten of Wands. Yeah, so these aces are about a sense of justice for you. Now, some of you may literally be going through legal proceedings with the Justice card where I'm clarifying these new beginnings. So it feels like what's going to happen first is justice. All right, Gemini, legal proceedings, King of Swords. That's your energy regardless of gender. And then I have Eight of Wands. Fast changes, communications, Cupid's arrows, and the King of Wands. And now I have a fire sign. So there are a lot of people involved in this. Okay. You guys are coming up. This King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, that feels like you and a newer dynamic. Finding something more emotional and stable from this other energy. There might have been a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And then I see the Lovers, which is love and healing, but also a choice to make. The choice to go, to stay, to be there. And someone putting off a decision. Some of you, this person, what you're dealing with or what you've dealt with in the past, I'm feeling multiple timelines here. Like as far as where you guys are at a collective, someone wasn't making a decision, and someone was being too elusive, whether you were heavily committed or not, or you just saw it, whatever level you were at. And then I see Ten of Wands. That is enough. All right, look at all that stress. Even though he's just holding sticks, I wish it would make one with logs. I do have one tarot card deck where it's like heavy bricks on their back. It's kind of like, whoa. That's a bit, but you get the point. It's a buildup. It's like enough is enough. I deserve. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. That's what I'm feeling. I deserve. And it's like Six of Pentacles can be breadcrumbing in the negative sense. Or Four of Swords, a lot of thinking. All right. Or maybe they just give money, they don't give love. That could be for some of you. Or a lot of breadcrumbing and no movement, stagnant energy, just thinking about it. And then I have the Hermit, and then feeling stuck. Like you're trying to find your inner light, and there's that Hangman again. you know, divine timing. So Gemini, whatever situation you guys are in, you are likely to get out of it, all right? Because it's just that justice needs to come first. For some of you, that is literally going to be legal proceedings or some of that nature, going over contracts, apologies, you know, you are, or even this new beginnings. For some of you, that those new beginnings are your justice. It is a balance, you know, like you're getting some more balance after dealing, and it's going to happen maybe quicker, or you're going to feel the love bug hit you faster than you realize. But it's after dealing with all this stuff, you know, it's like your love coming in. Okay. So beautiful energy to see. So let me check your gossip. We went in on that, but it was like all connecting. So you love, so that's very grounded energy. And notice there is nothing in between this king and this queen. All right. Gender don't matter. It's just there's nothing in between them. I love that, you know, because that means, especially with these new beginnings and the offer. So it's like after a period of feeling left out in the cold or not having enough in love in your past, or in just in general, it's like you have something grounded and emotional coming. Beautiful reading, Gemini. I gotta think of what to call this one. It's like, oh, getting what you deserve, maybe something along that. Let me know how this resonates, guys. Like, do like, subscribe for more. All right, Spirit. What other energy is going to be affecting Gemini? What's the gossip? My What's the Bagua deck? I love it. What's the gossip? But when you search it, it had to put what's the Bagua. I think that's Chinese for gossip. All right, let me see. There we go. There's that DM slide. Luxury life. Yeah, Gemini. Ascension. Yes, absolutely. And guess what happens next? Payday, honey. You know, for some of you, again, with the divine timing. Sorry, guys. You guys waiting. But you know what, guys? Divine timing protects you, and it's lining up so many things, okay? Because let's say you're not in the mood to be in a relationship right away, right? For a lot of you, this could even be emotional happiness and having new prosperities hitting you too. All right. And you're stepping in this energy, you know, like where you're mastering your emotions and you're getting your abundance and finances and all that grounded stuff. It does look more like an offer, but for some, maybe you guys get an offer and like you feel this way, you know what I mean? But I do see DM slide here, all right? So I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna be like, ooh, you know, someone sliding into DMs. All right, so let's go. False alarm, exaggerated truth, overreaction. You know, they could have been maybe some chaos that's going on, and you know, false alarm though, with all these other cards, I'm feeling like it's not that it's a false alarm or you were being over, like an over exaggerated moment, but maybe like you're realizing like, false alarm, I'm still thriving, I'm still handsome, beautiful, whatever, you know what I mean? Or someone was being dramatic in your energy too, like, and that's the false alarm, that you can come back from this and you have a new beginning waiting for you. You know, I can't help but get that energy because look, that's right, the brand new fresh beginnings, reinventing yourself, feeling regenerized is showing up regenerated. Blah, you know what I'm trying to say, guys. Shining is coming out after this. So maybe it was like so hurtful at one point. Your maybe your overall history in love or in life, whatever affected you guys. But now you're like, no, this is leading to new beginnings. I'm not done yet. And then I have hustle mode, focusing on the finances, and there's that DM slide. And tarot readers, we see this a lot. People are glowing, they're standing right where they belong, they're reaching their prosperity, and then they have the love and abundance. And usually that sense of abundance, and guys, luxury, because I see luxury life here. This is different for everybody. You know, luxury life, you know, I have a friend who is like, luxury life to her is like having the TV and the refrigerator full and like just having loved ones around, you know, and everything is taken care of. You know, luxury life may be a little bit more for other people, but regardless, it's having everything that you need at its core and being grateful, you know, and just like focusing on that. And that's when this DM slide comes in, you know, the little new heart message. Some of you guys may start dating online, you get a message from someone from the past, and there's the luxury life, and there you are ascending. Okay. And then I got the payday, divine timing. What are we dealing with before? Broken promises again, gaslighting, someone hiding their true emotions, maybe not being upfront with you, whether they want it in or want it out, right? Like that, not making a decision. And then I see unbreakable spirit, all right? Because regardless, that's sugar coated rejection, right? That's hidden into deceptive words, you know, things that not true, you know? So either way, you have this inner toughness that's just coming through, and things are going to get better. You are really going to be probably on the grind more in November, trying to make some of these things happen and move forward to this new beginning. All right, whether you've met someone or you're gonna be happily content single for a while, and then wrong with that. All right, it's still gonna hit you in some way. All right. All right, so let's hit. Where is my career deck? There it is. Let me get some career cards for you, Gemini. Pull a few because it looks like you're on the grind. You're figuring things out, unstucking yourself. Time to go. Spirit, talk to me for Gemini and career energy. Good to check your sun, moon, Venus, and rising, guys. Sorry, I meant to say that. I got back from vacation and I'm like out of the loop up here, in my head. Um, but good to, especially your Venus too, because that rules love and career. When it comes to career readings, but you're gonna still get messages in your moon and your sun and even in your rising. Sorry, that's just how it works with the zodiac. Not all of them obviously may resonate fully, especially if it's like a different sign in each of those categories for you, like it's tricky, but don't worry. But some will sometimes hit dominantly in the sun then. Spirit, talk to me for Gemini. What's going on in their career? All right, perspective change. Yes, just like this. This is basically like the same card. And you're on a mission to find your inner light, right? That should be the title, guys. That's what's coming up in the messages. Endings. Yes. All right. So for some of you now, endings and new beginnings back to back. I really don't think it's going to take you guys too long to have this new beginning and ending. And things might have been moving slow. I do see divine timing for a lot of people. But once the gears get turning, especially from what I'm looking at here, it's gonna move, you're shedding skin, you're outgrowing a situation now. And this is a career deck, but it's also a life deck. All right. And obviously our relationships, whatever they are, may impact us on some way. Now some of you may also be thinking of leaving, like, this is going to impact your career and finances. And so after this change of perspective, we have this ending, and then I see new beginnings. Some of you may have left your job or something happened there, but some of you, this is just going to be overall endings in life because it's all over your reading. Okay. So now we're heading to new beginnings. What do we got? New beginnings or a fresh start on your career. Maybe you're going to be looking at it in a different way. Okay. Because I do see perspective needing to be changed. Now with relationships, let me see. Make it work, unfolding, innovation. So when it comes, there is something about networking, relationships, office coworkers, things of that nature. Or this relationships card can even be talking about just having an ending in your love life, and now you're headed towards a new beginning in general. But keep in mind who you rub elbows with, because there's something about having the tools. You may need to bring in more networking, talk to more people and the higher ups or whatever, and bring in more clients, because I see you changing things, innovating, the gears in your head turning, and things unfolding slowly as you go forward. Okay. Now there is a lot about wisdom and education. So this could be getting advice from someone on how to proceed. And education could be as simple as watching a YouTube tutorial. It could be getting another degree. It could be just something you need to learn or advice that you need to get, because it's like your gears are turning, you're having an ending, having this new beginning, and now we need the knowledge, we'll see, the knowledge to kind of like bring it to life. All right, Spirit, talk to me. What is this? Can I get a little, where is this taking to? Influence. Yes. See, socializing, relationships, putting yourself out there, whether that's social media, you could literally be on a podcast for some of you, speaking up, interviews, public displays, or just, using that mouth more, Gemini. Yeah, there you are, going after what you want. All right. Putting your demands on the table to be a position that you want, and rolling the dice, like the new beginning, rolling the dice on something, guys, taking that chance. All right. So big, beautiful reading. All right. Illumination, whatever you're confused about. All right. How to make this work. Okay. You are going to discover it. It may take some research or talking to the right people, but there is going to be something you're going to discover. And that's probably going to give you more courage. I'm gonna say, I don't see courage coming out. I don't think you're scared. I think it's just perspective, like, how do I do this, like there's no way this can happen. But it is going to be about finding something out. An investment card could be little investments, or where you invest your time, your energy to take this new opportunity. Okay, so Gemini, I'm going to leave your reading there. You are looking unbreakable energy. Best of luck to you guys. Let me know how it resonates, and subscribe for more. Okay, take care.